Hey guys, I would love to give you some input on your scripts. Just check out the link below. So what is dialogue? I am talking to you, aren't I? What is the difference between what I am doing now and dialogue? Preparedness. I am reading off a script I wrote, edited, and thought through. My goal is to articulate properly so that you may understand what I'm trying to tell you. However, this does not happen in dialogue. Dialogue is broken, immediate, reactionary, and short. We as human beings do not necessarily think through what we say to each other, we just talk. But in our dialogues with each other hides many secrets, which are subtext, context, motivation, objective, and emotion. We can even go deeper and reveal what a person values, how they were raised, and what they like or dislike, and so on, and it can keep going. Dialogue reveals so much, but I will focus on the first 5. Since dialogue is broken and not thought out before it is said, it naturally reveals subtext and context. Subtext is what is being said without being said. Context is what information is implied but not directly shared. Makes sense, right? Well, let me show you an example.
I wonder what Dad would think of us now.
The subtext suggests the actor, Truman, could be saying, "I miss him too." This helps define his character and the relationship between the two characters, him and his sister, Tessa. The context is, Dad died. This piece of information is important for the audience. The struggle with many scriptwriters is that they reveal the subtext and context in the dialogue rather than let the dialogue reveal subtext and context. Here is another example before I dive deeper into how to construct context and subtext.
I see the hospital hasn't forgotten us.
Hope selling the shop was the right thing to do.
Nashville, Tennessee. Hey, what is that over there?
This segment is full of goodies. Notice the setup. Previously, we had a statement about Dad. Now we have envelopes and Truman, and he says, "I see the hospital hasn't forgotten us." What is he saying? We can have our assumptions, but the next line by his sister Tessa clarifies. Hope selling the shop was the right thing to do. She helps define the context of Truman's line. They have heavy bills to pay. A way they chose to pay those bills was through selling their shop. Next moment of subtext and context is Tessa's reaction to her brother reading out Nashville, Tennessee. It is also important that subtext and context doesn't always have to be through dialogue. She reacts out and grabs it. Not only that, she turns her back away from him. The subtext is, "I don't want you to see, but I'm excited to see what it says." The context is that she has been waiting for this letter, perhaps for a while. Truman's response suggests he has an idea of what it is. Later on, he catches on by saying, "You sent a demo, didn't you?" He reveals the context. The subtext is he is frustrated, even disappointed. But without saying any of those things, which would be on the nose, he says, "Tess, we talked about this." You can hear his frustration and that something about this is wrong. I could go on picking out all the details of context and subtext, but let me just play you the whole scene.
I see the hospital hasn't forgotten us.
Hope selling the shop was the right thing to do.
Nashville, Tennessee. Hey, what is that over there?
They liked it.
Liked what?
I'm sorry, I should have told you.
You sent a demo, didn't you?
I never thought they'd actually reply.
Tess, we talked about this.
I'm sorry, but they liked it. You have the shop.
Can you hand me the 5/8 wrench, please?
This is finally my dreams coming true. I mean, my songs, they're actually gonna get recorded. Dad always loved my songs. I even put in your favorite one. They seem to really like it.
Coolant, please. Listen, Tess. I know you're excited about this, but we just don't have the money to send you there.
Truman, there has to be a way.
I'm sorry. It's not possible.
Now, how do we create subtext and context? Our first step is to break up the dialogue. If you have more than one line in a script for dialogue at a time, go over it to make sure you aren't overdoing it. This doesn't mean that they can't have more than one line, but it must be done correctly. Characters lose their believability when they say odd things in odd ways. Next is to understand your character's motivation, objective, emotions, and relationship with the other characters in a scene. In the scene I showed you, you can clearly see that Tessa's motivation is to go to Nashville. Her objective in the scene is to convince her brother she does not belong in the shop, but out there recording her music. Her emotion is that she feels trapped, upset, and even scared. The relationship between them is that they have gone through a death in the family together. They are brother and sister, and they have a pretty good relationship. That is only one side. There is a whole new set for Truman: his motivation, objective, emotion, and relationship with his sister. Since they have conflicting motivations, objectives, etc., this will naturally cause tension between them. Don't you see how much you learn from their interaction? The subtext and context will naturally come out when you have clear character motivations, objectives, emotions, and defined relationships with each other. Let me read you the previous version of the script before we edited it. Tell me if you can feel the difference. I will only read the dialogue. Just so you know, Tessa just came back with sandwiches. This is all we can do for tonight. Sorry. It's more than enough. Thank you. Hey, what is that over there? Oh, I must have dropped that. You sure did. You didn't read it, did you? I sure did. A little explanation would be appreciated. Well, I was waiting for the right time to tell you, but here it is. I submitted a vocal demo to a recording studio in New York, and they liked it so much that they wanted me to fly out there and record a couple different singles. Cliché, I know. You don't say, right? This could launch my career. But this would be after we get on our feet with the shop, right? Actually, it would be starting this weekend. Okay, so you're saying that we already lost Dad, the shop, the house, and now I'm going to lose you too? I'm saying if I ever have a chance to go live my dream and make it something for myself, this is it. Tessa, I can't handle the burden of trying to pay the medical bills, living out of an RV, and running a shop by myself with no money to hire anyone. I need your help here. I understand, and I'm sorry that I have bigger plans than living my life in a garage, but I'm not going to sit around here and see my dreams go to waste, just like Dad did. I have to do this, Truman. That's a little far, Tessa. Yeah, so is New York, but I love you, and if I'm ever going to be able to help you, I am going to need your support for this. You read the will. Your name is in there. Dad needed your support here. I need your support here now that he's gone. Just give me one chance. Tessa, come on. Ugh. See how that doesn't work? And just a small nitpick. They use each other's names a lot. If you know your sister well, you wouldn't need to say their names. This is the end of part 1. In part 2, I would love to dive in deeper into what bad dialogue is, how to avoid it, and how to pick it out, and then be able to also define what certain bad parts of dialogue is, so that hopefully now that you'll be able to build better characters, better situations, and also just better, just like the environment of what people feel when they listen to your story or watch it. So I would love to actually help you guys out on your scripts. Go to the link below and it'll take you to a website to show you my services to edit your script And what I will do for you, I will do like a whole thing called a script coverage, and it'd be very helpful for you to be able to get a professional eye on what's wrong with your script or even what's good with your script. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.